What's good, YouTube? It is your man DonnPlayz, and I am back with another video. Now, today's video is a little different. It's not Madden, and it's not 2K gameplay, but we will be reacting to some 2K25 gameplay. So, if y'all don't know, my setup, the way it is I have 3 monitors. I have my main monitor here, my middle monitor where my camera's set up, and then my recording monitor, or just like a third monitor just for fun. But we're going to be watching Double H's 2K25 in-depth gameplay breakdown. He's one of the many YouTubers who I've watched recently since 2K, I want to say 22, that I've started watching heavily. So I'm going to watch his breakdown now. I'm going to watch his breakdown, this video, and I'm going to upload it, but I will be watching other YouTubers breakdown. I'm super excited for 2K25, and if you guys are excited for 2K25, hit that like button, hit that sub button, turn on post notifications so you guys are notified every time I upload a video. And let's go ahead and let's watch Double H's video. Hopefully I don't get hit with an ad.
Ton of NBA 2K25 gameplay to share and go over with y'all in today's video. We're going to be showing and talking about the shooting in NBA 2K25, which will include the new go-to shots, the new rhythm shooting, the new shot meters, and the new high and
y'all let me know how y'all gonna feel about this new shooting thing.
About the finishing in 2K25, including
I know they got the no contest and a whole ton of other stuff.
Of course, we'll be going over the dribbling too, where I tested a tons of NBA players' animations and tested old and new moves in 2K25. We'll also be going over everything.
I'm super excited for 2K25.
A lot of the post scoring, which includes the standing dunk meter and the jab step. And lastly, we'll be going over the settings in NBA 2K25 as well. So let's stop wasting any more time and let's get started. So all I ask from you is to make sure to drop a like on the video right now and subscribe to the channel because we have a...
Y'all heard him. Y'all drop a like. Y'all subscribe. Shout out to Double H. Double H was one of the first people who once they were able to upload info on NBA 2K25. He was one of the first noties that I got. So I'm super excited to see what he has to say, which I'm pretty sure everybody's video is kind of similar.
Tons and tons of videos coming soon on early 2K25 footage. So let's go ahead and get into this video. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Henry, aka Double H, back at it with yet another early 2K25 video.
Yes,
and
sir.
as you see, we're getting straight to the gameplay now. There are a couple things I'd like to say before we get into some shooting clips, and that is number one, that all of the NBA players had no legend badges, okay? So keep that in mind. Curry, LeBron, Lillard, Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, nobody had legend badges, so keep that in mind when watching this gameplay. Not only that, as soon as I hopped into my first game, and all of these games, I changed the difficulty setting in my other settings to superstar difficulty. So that's what you'll be watching it on, superstar difficulty. And
okay, I mean, I'm a Hall of Fame kind of guy.
Profile settings on for the shooting, so keep that in mind when watching the
gameplay. Green 8, ooh, that looks smooth.
These first shooting clips that you're seeing right now are button shooting shots, so they're not rhythm shooting or anything like that. I'm shooting these shots with the button.
But that looks smooth for the button.
Playing and shooting, especially with Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant specifically, is, you know how like when you shoot in 2K,
that's a nice
usually,
step back.
like when you're trying to, you know, just stop and pop, you get like an awkward fade animation and then like you just time it badly or whatever. I felt like that wasn't happening here. If I was getting an off balance shot, I felt like I had my feet set in. If it did turn into a fadeaway, it felt like my feet were set, so the shot felt smooth, okay? And then other than that, my feet would stop in place to where I would shoot a standstill shot. And off the snatch, I have a ton of NBA 2K25 gameplay to share and go over with y'all in today's video. We're gonna be showing and talking about the shooting in NBA 2K20, you know, shootout.
All right, my apologies.
But now these are rhythm shooting clips, by the way. You probably
so let's get into the rhythm.
like, yeah, it's in the game.
Okay, light pressure.
There's 2 timings to these,
but still green.
Shots. So I'm shooting these with the right stick, where I pull down on the right stick, and then I flick up. Right, it's there. You see, I accidentally timed it, but I missed. So the only way these shots are guaranteed going in is if they're a double green. If it's not a double green, you can miss. Now right here, I'm going to show that again, because right here I tried to do the rhythm shooting. I pulled back on the right stick, but I was so used to just going up on the right stick pretty fast that I shot up very early, because I wasn't used to like the rhythm shooting in general. So I ended up going to the Learn 2K section, where I was just spamming these rhythm shooting shots, right stick down, right stick up. And you're going to see there's 2 timings. There's one where the push timing, because I'm on push, you know, when you can select push, jump, or whatever. And there's the tempo timing of how fast you flick up the stick after pulling down. So as you can see, I'm greening some of these tempo timings, and you're gonna also see that I'm greening some of these push timings But if you don't green both, it might.
I think a lot of people aren't going to use the
I'm on
rhythm.
superstar difficulty, and I'm also on the second highest shooting profile setting. So I don't know if you have to go down in these profile settings for these 1 greens to go in, because some of the 1 greens were going in, but some of them weren't. But the double green I know is a guaranteed of going in. So when I say 1 green, I mean like either I green the tempo or the push, because right there I just shot from half court and greened the push timing, but it didn't go in. But right there I double greened it from like nearly half court and made it. Now since I made that half court shot, I really wanted to see how far you could shoot from. That's why I was shooting from back there. And here's a clip of Jono's shooting with the button with Hall of Fame.
So this is Jono's. Oh my goodness.
And he was also shooting from around the same spot that I made that right stick shot with
That's
using
great.
the
Oh my
shooting.
God.
So with Hall of Fame limitless range, you can shoot from pretty deep. I don't know how far you can shoot with red limitless range, legend limitless range, because we weren't able to test those badges because none of the NBA players have them. But as you can see right here, like once again, I'm greening a lot of these push timing. Look right there, I greened the tempo timing. So I timed it perfectly when I released the right stick up, but I didn't time it perfectly on the push timing.
So rhythm shooting is going to be a challenge, is what I'm gathering.
It's definitely going to be hard to get used to at first, and I feel like there's going to be a certain profile setting you're going to want to use that we really haven't found out which setting is the best for this rhythm shooting, because it's kind of annoying timing either the push timing correctly or timing the tempo shot correctly.
So we're going to skip a lot of this
Time
video.
the other one correctly and it misses. So it's like,
no, we're not.
I don't know. It's kind of annoying. So it's almost like, what's the point if I'm not making whites off these because I'm on a high profile setting and now I have to time 2 things instead of 1. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe you'll see more of like an advantage in park or stage or pro-am, but in the Learn 2K when I was testing it and play now, I didn't really see a big advantage with it. Maybe just because I'm not good with it yet, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like once you get better with something like that.
I don't know what go-to shot is. It's basically when you hold up on the right stick and your player does a dribble move and goes straight into a shot. Now there was Shea's go-to shot. Didn't feel like it made much space, but here's a couple clips of Jamal Murray's go-to shot. Now each NBA player has their own go-to shot. I feel like Jamal Murray's is by far the best. I mean, look at this clip right here. Look how much space I create with that go-to shot. I mean, I think there's a lot of NBA players where it's just unusable animations with their go-to shots, but Jamal Murray's is definitely one you're gonna want to write down.
So
because
Jamal Murray with another broken sig this year, I guess.
You're gonna want to equip Jamal Murray go-to shot. If I look at who's the best one, here's Shea's once again. That's just a bad one. I feel like if you're playing online against a user, you're just not gonna get open off that move right there. We're also going to show some other NBA players go-to shots, because once again, every single NBA player has their own go-to shot. Here's Kevin Durant's right here. I feel like this one would actually be good for some taller players. Smaller players definitely not, but like he definitely creates some space off this like contact right here and then rises up. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a little like biased because this animation literally is what KD does IRL. It looks so smooth. That's what's so cool about these go-to shots, is they do look super clean, and as an NBA fan I really like them, but a lot of them I feel like aren't gonna work online on an actual defender.
It depends. I feel like some of these will work.
Like look at Anthony Edwards.
Depending on your play style, I feel like some of these would work.
Unless you're just already wide open. I also used Rob Dillingham's. I was just checking random NBA players go-to shots. There's his. Like, I don't think that's gonna create any space. And B's is actually not bad for a 7-foot+ player. Like, I feel like that could actually work, you know, on maybe a couple mid-range shots depending on your build. Once again, that just looks so realistic. Back to Kevin Durant gameplay. I was shooting, here's some step back jump shot clips. Bro, once again, Kevin Durant is making me want to make a tall build to start 2K25, because the way he was moving, he felt the best out of any player I use. Like, this dude is the most, he gotta be the most.
I'm not gonna be talking much this video just because it's more of like an information-based video that I would like to just show you guys.
Creates a lot of space. I enjoy using his go-to shot. His jump shot in general is easy to time. But going back to just regular players' jump shots, here's just some random clips of random players' jump shots if anyone's interested. There's Bam right there. Here's Jimmy.
Show me
Butler's
Jay
jump shot
Beezy.
right here. I was just leaving the AI wide.
That's
open
kinda
just to
smooth.
See them shoot. Here goes DeMar DeRozan's jump shot. By the way, if you haven't noticed, some greens are like super ugly, like that one that go in. Like they just bounce in.
I like that.
A lot of people probably won't like that.
I like
It does
that.
add some kind of suspense. There's Chris Paul's jump shot. Here's Chet Holmgren.
So I think everybody believes that the green or miss, your green is supposed to be like wet. And what I liked about 24 before patch, and what I might like about 25 is that your greens weren't always just nothing but net. They hit rim. They were an actual jump shot, which I feel like a lot of players today, they don't want that, which is weird to me. Like, you would want your shot to be realistic, and you want your jump shot when you green it. It's not just going to always go in net for net. That's not how NBA players, when they score, it's not always nothing but net. It's going to hit a little rim. It's going to do a little bounce, but it's still going to go in. That's just my opinion. I like the animation, personally, but, you know, to each his own. I hope they don't remove it. 2K, if y'all are watching this, Ronnie, Mike Wang, if y'all see this video, which I hope y'all do not patch anything once the game drops. Let people get adjusted, and if they are bad, let them stay bad. Don't cater to the people complaining. Like, don't fix something unless it's actually super broken. That's all I'm gonna say. I felt like 24 could have been, to me, 24 was like a 7 out of 10. I feel like it could have easily been a 9 out of 10 had y'all not touched anything. Post scores are always OP, whatever the case is, but like stealing is not super OP. Steals were not super OP the way people were making it out to seem. Jamal Murray behind the back is guardable. LeBron step back was guardable, so people complaining about that, whatever. But patching, the shooting, y'all shouldn't have done it. Right? Let people learn a jump shot. If they want to be trash and don't want to put in the time or the effort, let them be trash. That's just all I gotta say about that.
Jump shot. Here is Kevin Durant's regular jump shot, even though you've seen it a couple of times already. And
I love KD's jump shot. Wemby.
Not only did I test, players go-to shots, players step backs, players jump shots.
Wemby.
I also was, testing a little bit of the fading. The fading kind of felt the same. It felt smooth. I didn't have any problems.
I'm more confident in my fade game now, so I might be fading a couple.
One thing I will say is it is kind of hard to fade with the what's it called, with the rhythm shooting, and also like dribbling out of the rhythm shooting, because like
depending on whose fade I take,
then all of a sudden you gotta do a rhythm shot with the right stick. So that's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. If rhythm shooting does end up being worth it, which the way Mike Wang's talking about it, it's gonna eventually be worth it. If it isn't off week 1, he's gonna buff it if it's not good enough. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, fading felt good. I was back fading. The Curry fades were good. Right there, that's that right stick move I was talking about early. Like, I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's a quick stop, because it does remind me of that 2K20 right stick quick stop, but it's just not as fast, and sometimes I couldn't get that animation to pull off. Anyways, Trae Young fade is also the same. But now we're done with all the shooting clips. We're moving on to the finishing clips now. I was using Giannis for a lot of these to test the dunk meter, and right there you see we missed the dunk meter. Now, there's a lot of things new about
the dunk meter. That's a new dunk meter.
Oh, on that one. This year, instead of the dunk meter just having the same green window throughout the entire dunk, it's actually going to change as you go up. So right here, last year you wouldn't be able to make this dunk. The green window would be almost nothing because there was someone under the paint, but Banchero was too far under the paint to the point where I had a good green window. Okay, so those are 2 changes with the dunk meter. But not only that, the dunk meter,
so dunk meter won't be OP.
Is dependent on the positioning of the defender, obviously.
Yeah, so dunk meter won't be OP.
The defender and the ratings of the defender when it comes to interior defense and block. So there's a lot of factors that go into stopping a dunk meter. Now you're gonna see me take a lot of different angles here and see me miss dunks, see me make dunks. You already saw me dunk right on Banchero because he was.
I wonder what the mycareer story is going to be like this year.
I was also running Bucks 20.
I'm very, very curious.
Just to give some extra space in a 5-out offense. And honestly, I was getting some blow-by animations. You're going to see some other blow-by animations later in the video when I cover defense. And I feel like there are definitely at some kind of rate back in the game. I don't know. I don't really think they were that popular in 24, in my opinion. Obviously, they were really bad in 18. I don't think they're that bad. I just think they're...
One last thing I want to mention. This is a 38-minute video, so this might be like an hour-long, 45 minutes to an hour-long video that I upload today. To the people who sit in the building to my content creators who make a shit ton of builds, I have no problem with y'all making builds and posting them to YouTube and, you know, getting your clicks in and getting your clickbaits in. Oh, this is the best build. Woo, woo, woo. I understand the meta, but to a lot of people who copy somebody's build and then call the build trash because it doesn't play the way that the other person was playing it, make a build to your playstyle. And to my content creators, let's start gatekeeping again and letting these people figure the builder out for themselves. One thing I'm going to do this year is I'm going to see how little build videos I'm going to post. I know day one I'm probably going to post my build video, but I'm going to try and recreate a build I have on 24. Not exactly the same because I don't know how the builder is in 25, but similar to what I have right now in 24, I'm going to try and recreate in 25, and that'll be my build that I'll grind at 99 before I decide to make either my small point guard builds or another small forward build, a point forward build for that matter. But we need to go back to gatekeeping because y'all want to see different builds and y'all want to see builds with different names, but it's kind of impossible when y'all are dropping build videos and now your fan base is copying these builds. Don't drop a build unless like it's highly requested or unless like you set a light goal and it gets hit. Just an opinion. But you know, I know y'all gotta get y'all numbers and y'all click somehow. I'm the same way. I'm gonna drop probably 1 or 2 build videos this year. I won't drop I'm only gonna drop probably 1 jump shot video. But other than that, I'm gonna try to get real creative with the content that I make this year. So I just wanna leave that out. Let's get creative with the content and let's leave the meta in the past.
More common than they were in 24. Okay, but anyways,
and if I don't sound super hype right now, it's because I just came home from work, hopped out the shower, and I got pork chops in the air fryer right now. So I got a lot going on. I haven't even eaten food. I'm hungry.
Arrow meter disappears, so that's when you're aiming to time the dunk meter. And I feel like I was timing mine really good. So if I did miss one, it's because there was just no green window because I took a bad angle. Right here, I take a good angle.
I'm liking this dunk meter. It is not OP.
And get the green right there.
I feel like a lot of people
right
are going to miss time
driving baseline. I miss it. I don't know. I mean, I guess he had some kind of angle right there, but it is what it is. I also tested it with Anthony Edwards because he has like a 97 driving dunk, which is higher than Giannis's. And he was getting some good animations as well. I was getting a lot of like crazy dunk animations with Anthony Edwards that were in 2K24 as well, like this one right here, but they played good defense, so he was in good positioning, so I didn't get a green window on it. But that content,
hey, oh my goodness,
there's 2 animations right there that were both from 24 that are also in 2K25. And yeah, I was on Superstar, so they got Giannis making contested mid ranges right there. But yeah, I was getting good reverse.
I'm super excited.
But yeah, those are the changes.
Like they got me. I can't believe Ronnie and Mike Wayne got me. But I'm on a mission to go to Community Day this year, so
getting some dunk meters. And I think it's for the better. You know, the green window's gonna change. The interior defense matters.
And one
the defender was pulling me out of some dunk meter animations, like that one right there and this one right here. But both times I made it, and this time I actually greened it right there. So that was interesting. I also like this random step through animation that Anthony Edwards had on a layup, but going in or going away from the dunk meter and going into floaters, y'all know that Devin Booker's floater animation was super good in 2K24.
Yes,
this year,
super OP.
I know that Joe got one of the animations that he had in 24 in his 25 gameplay, but there was just a lot of double clutch floater animations I was getting when I was going for floaters, especially with Devin Booker. That's all I was getting was this super slow floater animation, and I know what I'm doing when it comes to the floater. Like I was spamming these debug floaters on a lot of my 24 builds, and it just wasn't giving me them. Like it was giving me a lot of trash animations. I also tested floaters with a lot of other players, like
that's a bonus.
Because Sabonis had a really good floater in 24.
It's a high floater.
His animation isn't that bad in 25, but it's obviously not nearly as good as.
What about Trae Young?
In my opinion, I think Trae Young, Stephen Curry, and Jamal Murray have the best floater animations.
Look at CP.
I also tested Chris Paul's floater animations and Shay's floater animation. And yeah, I just felt like, you know, Shay's is pretty good too, but I felt like Curry, Trae Young, and Jamal Murray's were my favorite ones. I feel like they released the ball from a good
I'm not much of a floater
basket,
fanatic,
not
but
only
I
that,
might
their
try them
animations
this year,
look,
depending.
faster than a lot of the other floater animations, and also went up higher and were just cleaner, fluid animations compared to a lot of the other players' animations. And I also tested scoopers, because you guys didn't know scoopers were really good in 2K24. You could really scooper with any layup rating and get the good animation with any layup rating.
Right.
And I was testing it with D-Fox, Booker, Curry, and scoopers are like back. Like they're like the same as 24. They're very good. This one I get the
man just dribbled the shot clock out. I'm saying
same hand animation right there. There's the offhand one. That animation is really good. I greened it, but he just blocked it. But that's the animation that was in 24. That was super good. There's a couple other animations that were super good. This one was another one where they would contest it well, but you would still green it. So that's back in 2K25. This is another scooper animation that's back. Yeah, all the good scooper animations are back in 2K25. Do I know if you're going to be able to do this with a 34 layup on a center like you were in 24? No, but I'd probably assume that it's just the same as it was in 2K24. Also, standing dunks are back. They also told us what rating you can unlock those standing dunks, like that one right there, where at like the ones that you could unlock at like a 40 and a 45 rating. And all I'm going to say is the same. Like you can unlock it at the same ratings, and yeah, it's going to be back in 25 where you want to
standing
get
dunks are not OP.
on your guard.
I'm not that worried about standing dunks.
Now it's time to talk about the dribbling. Now I'm going to show a couple clips right here where I burst out of animations pretty fast, like this De'Aaron Fox clip where I go to the opposite dribble hand and burst out fast, and right here this Anthony Edwards clip where I burst out really fast to the same side. Now honestly, those were the fastest bursts I saw while playing 2K25, and a lot of people were saying that were at community day testing the game that they were struggling with dribbling, and that's including everybody. Joe knows, Fana, Solo, everybody was saying that they were struggling getting the dribbling down. Now I'm gonna show all the dribbling clips I do have from 2K25. I thought I was struggling too, because there was a lot of times where I was trying to dribble like it's 2K24, but you just can't. Like the input.
I feel like that's the problem. That is another problem that Solo has pointed out. People are trying to play the newer game like it's the older game, and y'all need to get on the game and learn. Don't go into 2K25 thinking you can do the same thing as in 2K24. I know we be on Twitter and some people be wild and talk about some, oh, this game is like 2K24.5 or 2K23.5. Like y'all always say, oh, it's just the same game, reskin, whatever. It's a basketball game. It's going to be the same. You can only add so much. Like, be grateful that they listen to the community, because they've listened to the community a ton of times, and because they didn't execute the way y'all wanted them to, that now it's just bad on 2K's end. What is just like, how about we stop asking for so much? Let's fix the real problems, like the actual broken problems, and then play the game from there. Like, come on now.
Puts are different. I was trying to L2 cancel, couldn't do it. I was trying to speed boost like I did in 24. It wasn't the same. I was trying to do the 21 speed burst that was in 24, just a worse version of it. I couldn't do it. It wasn't in the game. But I was trying to do as many things as possible. I was trying to figure out some fast moves while I was on the game. Now before we go into some new stuff, let's talk about some old moves that were in 2K24. Jamal Murray behind the back, it's gone.
Gone.
Trying to do it, he gets this terrible behind the back right there. This is literally what it is. That's his behind the back. It's terrible. LeBron James hop back is in the game. You see it, still in the game.
And to correct Solo, because I know this video went out before Mike Wang's tweet. Mike Wang tweeted out that the LeBron step back is gone. So the LeBron step back is no longer in the game. Obviously, at the time, Solo doesn't know that because this video went out at like 11 a.m. It's almost 5:30 as I'm recording this. So no, the LeBron step back is no longer in the game. They took it out.
For anybody that wanted that gone, nope, it's in the game. In fact, y'all are probably gonna get a kick out of this, but Bronny James has the LeBron hop back. You're about to see it right here. Now this is leading me to wonder, will LeBronny have his own step back where this is what he does and it's at a low ball handle rating? I doubt it. He probably just has LeBron hop back on, but that could be something that happens. Now this is Young Dirk's clip, but he found some John Wall crosses. Magic Johnson has a similar crossover. It's not exactly the John Wall crossover from 2K24, but it's similar. He also And by the way, yes, this is the crossover in slow motion for anybody that wants to.
That's not a bad crossover.
Whatever crossover Magic Johnson had on. De'Aaron Fox had literally John Wall's cross, or well, it might be Kobe's cross actually. But yeah, the same animation. They're both the same animation. Kobe cross, John Wall cross, whatever you want to call it. It is in 2K25. Not only that, it's like Tyrese Halliburton behind the back from 24. Darius Garland had it in 25. But yeah, here are some clips of me like first getting on 25. And I was trying to L2 cancel because I could obviously L2 cancel in 24. But like, this is me attempting to do it in 25. And it's just not a thing. At least to the effect that it was in 24. Like when you do an escape move, like that one right there. For whatever reason, I couldn't like dribble out of it. It like, no matter what I did, it would make that escape move, like its animation, completely play out just like that.
I'm just kind of soaking in all the information.
So like, I couldn't just run, like do an escape, run to the right.
You gotta soak in all the information you can.
It wouldn't let me do that. Like I tried to do it here with Anthony Edwards because he has a good escape in 2K25. It wouldn't work. Okay. Here's me in the Learn 2K, which I also was in Learn 2K with a bunch of NBA players trying to figure out the dribble moves. I'm trying to do the left right L2 cancel that was in 24. It just doesn't work. It makes you do this escape, which you would do in 24, and then you would run to the left and L2 cancel back to the right with the escape. In 25, it just makes the escape play out. Now right here with Shea, I was getting like this opposite launch crossover. This was like the best like left right thing that was like some kind of burst that I could consistently get. But
he healed in the Warriors jersey.
Like was L2 canceling into like an escape move. But even this isn't like the, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could L2 into like a move like this, but you can't L2 like the way you could in 24 where you're just going left or right with an escape like consistently. Like it just wasn't working. But now I'm about to just show a bunch of clips of me just messing around with the dribbles. De'Aaron Fox was definitely the fastest player. Like I was getting some pretty like good launches out of certain moves, like the clip I showed y'all.
Okay, so I'm not worried about
of these
the L2 canceling. I heard they changed the blowout.
And then
dribble.
like,
we're gonna speed this up a little bit.
Clearly, I did them a couple times. We just have to find the animation and how to do it consistently. That's really it.
Because I heard it's not as good as last year.
Instead of tapping the right trigger, you have to flick up on the right stick while dribbling up. And yes, if you run a defender, you're gonna get plucked. This like Kyrie dribble style. This looks like the Kyrie dribble style from 24. I was getting that animation on like almost every player. Like Curry had it, Jamal Murray had it, Shea had it, Kyrie had it, Chris Paul had it, De'Aaron Fox had it, Kyrie had it. Everyone had that little like same side hezzy Kyrie dribble style type of move to it. So I don't know if just every small guard gets that or what. Another thing I want to talk about is snatchbacks.
I just love the way the game looks right now.
Super clean to shoot off of. I feel like the snatchbacks are going to be somewhat relevant in 2K25. I loved Stephen Curry snatchback. Kevin Durant snatchback too created a lot of space. I don't know. I feel like those animations were kind of irrelevant in 2K24. Snatchbacks have been very good in other 2Ks though, and I feel like they're going to gain some sort of relevancy back in 2K25. I don't think they're going to be as OP as they once have been in 2K, but I still think that they're going to be somewhat good. But this hop back cancel, so if you guys didn't know, you can cancel out a hop jumper. So right here, if you do this in 24, it would make you shoot it, but you can pull the right stick down. All I'm doing is holding the right trigger and pulling the right stick down and just running out of it. You can run out of it fast, you can run out of it slow and let the animation play out, but you can do this with any player. You're gonna see
so you can cancel hop backs.
Holmgren right here. Players that are tall as hell who shouldn't be dribbling can just spam hop jumper cancel. And I feel like centers or just builds that are taller are definitely.
Excuse me. The way it's being shown here, I don't think it's gonna be as broken as it's being shown here.
Gonna be using.
Pretty sure it's gonna consume a ton of stamina. So.
This to some degree. Now I'm just spamming.
I keep looking at my phone because I'm waiting on a text, but I'm also super tired, super exhausted. But I want to make sure y'all get this content from me.
I feel like this could be something that is 100% used because, like, dude, I'm just doing this with players with like no ball handle that have no business in dribbling.
Need to make me a sandwich.
Right? You're gonna see me doing it Joel Embiid. You're gonna see me do it with just a bunch of tall
that was a crazy
players
dunk.
just shouldn't really be doing stuff like this, that are getting kind of fast bursts out of these hop jumper cancel. Is definitely gonna be.
I'm skipping ahead.
2K25 because I really wasn't doing much with it. Like you could.
If I find them like repeating themselves,
then
I'm gonna just kind of skip ahead.
Have some kind of speed. Like I feel like you can make it look way better than I was making it look right there. But anyways, yeah. So hop jump cancels are in 2K25, and then here's just a bunch of clips of me messing around with the dribbling right here. Oh, back in 24, right? If you hold the right trigger and flick the right stick down, you would get just a regular step back animation, like something simple like the Devin Booker one. But right there, you see Curry, he does like multiple moves when you do his step back. So like Stephen Curry, so like some NBA players are gonna have like multiple moves they do when you put the right stick down while holding the right trigger. So Stephen,
talk to me about interior defense.
There's some bad things about it for sure, and that one of them is the interior defense. The interior defense got a downgrade from 24, in my opinion, for sure. I feel like the interior defense is super inconsistent. Like sometimes, like right there, DeMar DeRozan or someone in the paint.
Hasn't interior defense always been super inconsistent? Like, to me, in past 2Ks, I could be wrong because a lot of my builds in past 2Ks don't have a high interior. But to my centers, comment down in the comment section below. How do y'all feel about interior defense? Do you feel like a high interior matters? I feel like if you have a high interior defense, then you should be straight. But I feel like if you're on a guard going up on another guard with low interior defense, then yeah, interior defense is gonna be kind of weak.
Just throws up some BS when the shot clock's low as like a prayer, and sometimes it just goes in, and those shots would just never go in 24. So I felt like there was just a lot of like just chuck up shots in the paint that would go in, and then stuff like this where like I'm behind him but then it doesn't go in, but like then you're directly in front of him and it goes in. So it's like it's just not consistent. The blocks felt fine, felt like I was getting a block when I was supposed to. I didn't really test chase downs enough to really comment on chase downs. Right here you're gonna see a crazy block from Wemby. That was insane.
Blocked by Wembanyama.
Height still definitely plays a huge factor.
Yes.
When attacking the basket as an offensive player. Like you're gonna see right here, like Wemby has a mismatch, then gets like guarded by some dude smaller than him. It's just an open, which that's how it should be.
Like I said, so height rating, height and rating matters. Definitely matters.
A lot of times where it's center on center, and he just throws up some stupid stuff like right there, and just goes in. Like I don't know. It feels
okay. As a basketball fanatic and as a former basketball player, I wouldn't say that's a stupid shot. It's a wild one for sure. But if you have the control, like if you as a player have the control to go up and hold the ball in the air long enough to adjust and then let it go, the shot gonna go in. To me, it's not a stupid shot, but I get what Double H is saying.
Feels like defense is very RNG when it comes to the interior. Like look at Jimmy Butler's making a heavily layup, and that's what I didn't like about it.
It's
like,
possible.
I feel like in 24 you could wall up in the paint center on center, and he's not making some contested shot in there. 25,
but
I felt like it was 50-50. That's not how it was.
I personally feel like as a pro basketball player in a basketball video game, you should be able to make tough shots like that. Not all the time. Not all the time should you be able to make the tough shot like that, but like they make tough shots like these in real life. So this is my opinion. I feel like they should be able to go, make the tough shot, be solid. Is this his outro? This long ass? Oh, that's post scoring.
And the steals in 2K25.
Why did he talk about post scoring for so long?
There's no on ball plucks like there was in 24. Okay, that's not going to be a thing. If you're a lockdown and you want to get steals, you're going to have to get blitzes. You're going to have to, you hope the offensive player just dribbles into your foot, or you're going to have to hope that they just throw a bad pass and it's a lane interception, because those plucks in 24 are gone. It's not a thing in 2K25. Pluck City is officially gone. So if you're a guard that was tired of getting plucked, you're not going to have to really worry about that in 2K25, in my opinion. Another thing to worry about is kind of just the bumps. Like, I feel like there were some times where I was getting good bumps, and then sometimes I noticed just some blow-by animations. Like, how is Evan Mobley blowing by LeBron like that? You know
But it's
what I mean?
possible.
Like, LeBron. It's not like he's just some small dude that don't got strength or something. Like, it's LeBron. Why is he getting like this clamp breaker animation? But then I also would notice sometimes where if you dribble too close to the defender, you're just gonna fumble the ball. And if you're close to being out of bounds and you dribble too close to the defender, you're gonna fumble it out of bounds, which is a good thing. I think that's a good addition. But they also said that there was like a new mechanic with defensive sliding. If you flick the right stick left, right. Honestly, I didn't really notice a difference with it. It just felt like I was playing normal defense. So I personally didn't notice that new mechanic at all. So defense, I feel like it got a nerf in general. Like, it's not rewarding defenders as much interiorly, and then the plucks are gone, so the defense isn't going to be as good with that. But then the perimeter defense got better because, you know, these bump animations and these pickup animations happen a lot more often. Moving on to the post-scoring
All right, before he goes into this yap session about post-scoring, I just want to let y'all know my jump shot. I've already been thinking about the type of jump shot I'm gonna make, the base, the upper releases. If what I'm looking for is in the game and I reach the thresholds for it, I don't give a damn about a Patty Mills. I don't give a damn about a T-Mac. I don't give a damn about none of it. My jump shot will be so custom. People will throw that bitch on and probably can't shoot with it. But I'm gonna be going 7 for 7, baby.
Scoring is always overpowered in 2K, so this should be no surprise. But we do have a lot of clips to show y'all. So right there, we're double team.
I don't care about post scoring. Get to the settings.
Shot feedback under there.
I don't care about post
That
scoring.
wasn't there either. So we went to the controller settings, and the first thing I did before I even recorded anything was change my shot timing profile. Now, the lower profile you go, the more whites you can make, but the less your green window is. And the higher profile you go, the more, or the bigger your green window is and the less whites you make. Now, I was on normal risk reward the whole time, and I made like literally no whites. I don't even think I made a single white the whole time. So I think after playing at Community Day, I may as well just go high risk reward and go and make my green window bigger and still make basically no whites. So that's what I'm gonna do next.
I don't care for making whites. I feel like
I put my shots.
See, 37-minute video, and I've only been recording for like 33 minutes. I personally feel like you should not be making whites. I feel like green or miss is worth it, depending on the game mode. I seen a tweet the other day where if the game mode was like park, like a regular game mode, then okay, whites. But if you're like stage, pro-am, like comp settings, because I want to know when stage became comp. To me, stage is just who can exploit the most. That's just my opinion. Even though I try to go play in stage as much as I can, then that's where it should be green or miss. I personally enjoy the fact that it was green or miss because it's just like you need to know your jump shot. Because an NBA player, like, they know their jump shot, and you know, even if they release it correctly, it's not going in all the time. So it's just, yeah, you feel me? I don't care.
Timing visual cue on push.
Green or miss to me
customize
is
that in the my player build, but it didn't let us here. You probably saw real player percentage there too. That's only for offline game modes. And the only way to change your shot feedback settings to all shots is in the customize HUD. And that's the only way to take your shot meter off too and adjust all those settings. So you have to go there, and you're gonna get, you know, you can customize where your shot meter or your green effects are, what the sounds are, all that stuff. But you can change your shot meter. There's arrow, there's ring, and there's dial. Those are the 3 shot meter options. I would go arrow.
I'm taking my shot meter off.
Large. I would
Turning it off.
take the shot meter off for shots.
Off.
I left it on for layups and free throws, and then it's automatically on for dunk meters. But that's really it for the set.
As far as for jump shots, it's
if you guys
off.
thought this video helped you out at all,
This was a very informative video.
Subscribe to the channel for more early 2K25 videos, and make sure to click the videos on your screen. I probably already uploaded a 3v3 Rivet City gameplay.
All right, this was a very informative video. Shout out to Double H again. The link to this video will be down in the description below. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you guys are ready for 2K25. Don't be afraid to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's your man DonnPlayz. I love y'all, and I'm out. Peace.